Primetime.
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 Primetime. That's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.,
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes,
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off it.
and Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you have some meat on your bone.
Get it cracking. Noon hour has hit on a beautiful Tuesday. JJ said 39 degrees. I get colder just hearing the temperature. I always joke that as kids, we would go over to my Uncle Ray and Aunt Donna's house, and Uncle Ray, his dad, would keep asking the kids, hey, Scotty man, go get me a blanket. Because he would watch these games in the snow about this time of the year, and he would get colder the more the snow fell. It was 80 degrees outside here, but he would get cold and ask for a blanket. And when JJ said 39, I mean, I'm all of a sudden cold. That's for sure. Chilly this morning, boys. I did talk to young Hyla up in Nash Vegas, and it is brutal up there. So we can't whine about it as long as my baby's up there freezing, because they lost power. They finally got to another apartment that had power. How about this? Actually, it wasn't an apartment. So there's like across the state of Tennessee, and any of you guys that have either relatives or friends or whatever that have been without power, let us know what the scene is. What did we have a dude yesterday asking Leon for advice on whether or not to go to North Dakota? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And your advice was?
I told him to stay home. Stay home.
Stay home. So anyway, the power goes out. I'm trying to remember whether it was Saturday or Sunday. I believe it was Sunday morning. The power goes out because the whole state of Tennessee is just covered in snow and whatnot. Anyway, they lose their power, so they go over to the son-in-law's brother's house. All right, and he's renting a place somewhere else in Tennessee. And so I check in with Hyla yesterday. I'm like, how's everything, baby? She goes, it's good, but, it's a little tight. We're a little cramped. I said, well, are you got plenty to eat? She goes, yeah, but we don't have a stove. I'm like, what? Jake doesn't have a stove. What? And it turns out he's living in someone else's basement. And there is no stove in the basement, naturally. And so he's just got him a microwave.
Is there heat in the basement?
There is a little heat,
right.
But it's a cramped.
A little heat?
Yeah, heat. There is heat.
All right.
Now that is a bachelor pad.
Exactly. So he lives in the basement.
Basement with a microwave.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so she's
Imagine
just,
bringing our lady back home to that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And so she's getting a little stir crazy. This may be, the bachelor pad of bachelor pads. We have no idea. But for Jake, Joey, and Hyla, it's a little cramped.
How much longer till the power comes?
I don't know. They
Little cabin fever right now.
Dude, there's like
they got a
trees
little bit of
down everywhere. It's a mess in Nashville.
Yeah, and I'll show you some of the pictures, but the trees keep falling and more, apparently more. It's not been snow, it's been more sleet. So that freezing rain and all that
Freezing rain.
Oh,
What is that?
It's just, that's what
Not
it just
good.
locks onto those trees. It's just ice instead of snow where it melts. So that
Sounds terrible.
Oh my gosh. And so if you guys have anybody that has been dealing with it or anything, definitely jump in. 641-1010. You can hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, as we get it cranking here. So there's a handful of things that we're going to get into today. College football, a bunch of them that we'll throw at you with some judgments a little bit later on. Florida State, with the ACC schedule coming out, is now going to be played again on Friday up in Tallahassee. So we'll set that up here in just a second. But I think this might be just a little bit of relief, at least for some Jaguar fans out there. So let's get to that right now.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
So according to Adam Schefter, the Bills, and according to his sources, the Bills are working to finalize a deal to make offensive coordinator Joe Brady their new head coach. So that may have been the first name we thought of. Promote him from within, especially if Josh Allen has a hand in who is going to be hired. But at the very least, Grant Udinski, who was in the running for that job, he's now no longer a candidate to take that job. He'd already removed his name from the Cleveland Browns coaching search. So anyway, Joe Brady's got a chance to do something good up there, and it looks like Jacksonville will keep their coordinator.
I mean, it makes sense that they keep Joe Brady, get rid of the other head coach. I mean, Josh Allen probably had a lot to do with him, co-signing on the fact that he's worked well with Joe Brady, and it'd be very interesting to see. Is he going to make the play calls as the head coach? I mean, he's going to bring the quarterback coach.
It's a good question.
He's going to bring in as a defensive. I mean, because you would think that the staff, the prior coach is going to leave. Everybody's going to leave unless Joe Brady handpicks him to stay with him or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it'd be very interesting to see what they do moving forward. But I'm sure Josh Allen had to sit in on the meeting with the owner and say, hey, listen, this is my guy.
Yeah.
Keep him. Keep everything in place.
And remember, they promoted him when they fired Ken Dorsey originally to get Josh Allen a little more comfortable with the play caller. And they finally started running the football, which we know kind of unearthed James Cook as a star in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then obviously led to Josh Allen not making as many mistakes until a week after he played Jackson.
By the way, Brady's a guy that we thought was going to get a job a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it finally happened.
Yeah, and so we'll see how he does. I don't know how good a head coach he will be.
Really, 30-somethings now in the NFL head coaches.
Yeah, that's why you worry a little bit with Udinski and Campanile and these guys that are so young. People are looking around trying to find some of these cats and promote them and give them a
Nathan
job.
Shieldhouse interviewed for that job, I think.
Yeah.
He's like 26.
And they
28.
Apparently the buzz, and we're talking about, is it the Rams passing game coordinator? Is that who he is?
Yeah.
And
former Illinois quarterback.
Another McVay disciple. And apparently a guy that's all sorts of innovative when it comes to design and coming up with concepts offensively. Whatever they're doing in LA is working.
I mean, it's obvious the
sure.
NFL has moved toward the young guys off the McVay tree, off the
except Mike McCarthy.
Right.
Yeah, the old man.
Right.
The
except
old
for the Steelers.
And Harbaugh got a job.
Yeah.
Pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Right, but it's easy to rehire those two because they've won Super Bowls. So it's,
But in the case of McCarthy, and this is a harebrained thing up there in Pittsburgh, at least what people are talking about or suggesting, is that don't tell me they're going to hire a 63-year-old, I think that's how old he is, Mike McCarthy, just to try and get Aaron to come back one more time. Combined age would be like 105 between the coach and the quarterback. I don't know that they will do that.
They're trying to run it back, Joe. They're trying to run it back.
And honestly,
that was a head scratcher.
Yeah,
it was. But if you're Aaron, don't you stay one more year?
I don't know. Look at his numbers, bro. They were okay, but not great. And at different points of this season,
what's their other option?
Right. I was just going to say,
don't have a lot.
He's better than the alternative. For
They're
Steelers.
not bad enough to get a high draft pick quarterback.
Right. No, you're right.
Which has always been. It's always screwed them over.
Mm-hmm.
They've always been too good to start over. Like the last 10 years that, since Big Ben retired, they've been kind of screwed that way.
Picking somewhere between 17 and 24 or whatever the case was. And it was probably closer to 17 because they haven't won a playoff game in now 7 trips. What is that, since 16?
Yeah, with Tomlin, they're 0-7 in the playoffs.
Yeah, so that's a hell of a long run. And so that means you're picking at the very least middle of the pack or deeper in the draft order. So you're right, you can't get your hands on a quarterback. And they're already Steeler fans predicting, oh, here we go again, another 9-8, make it to the postseason, another non-losing season and not win, that type of deal. But with all there aren't that many retreads. Back to your point, Matt, there aren't that many retreads that you are salivating over getting your hands on. Okay, Atlanta goes and hires Cleveland's the guy that gets fired in Kevin Stefanski. So they quickly snap him up. And as you just said, the Giants with Johnny Harbaugh. But there aren't that many others. And then there aren't that many other hot coordinator names that have been doing it for a while where you say, I got to get my hands on that guy. Remember, Liam Cohen, when he was hired last year, was a 1-year offensive coordinator calling plays in Tampa. He had held the title before, but he had not called plays in L.A. And so anyway.
So let's look at this. Bills, yes.
Yeah.
Jets, no. Dolphins, no. Patriots, no. Steelers, no. Ravens.
Yeah, well, at the very least, the Dolphins went and got Jeff Hafley, who had been a head coach before on the collegiate level. And
he's not a 30-something, though. I mean like the 30-something, the young dudes.
Oh, okay.
Ravens, not yet. Bengals, I don't think he's still in his 30s, is he?
Zach Taylor's probably, I don't know, probably early 40s.
Yeah, probably early 40s. Browns?
There aren't that many 30-something head coaches.
Jags, yes.
just to be clear.
Texans, yes. Colts, yes.
Zach Taylor's 42.
Yeah, early 40s.
Which is the same age as Campanile.
Yeah.
Colts, yes.
And
Titans,
Liam is right.
Yes.
Right there.
Broncos,
so Campanile's
no.
already 42, that old man?
Chargers, no. Chiefs, no. Vegas. Who did Vegas hire?
They're still open.
Still open.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
They're now down. We're down to 3 jobs now that the Bills have made the
Liam
move.
is 40.
Yeah,
Eagles,
so he
no.
just turned 40.
Liam
Okay.
just turned 40. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cowboys, no. Commanders, no. Giants.
Yeah. Anyway, the bottom line is that there aren't that
Vikings,
many.
yes. I mean, there's a lot more than you think, man.
Yeah, but
Panthers, yes. Bucks, yes. Falcons, yes. No, Falcons.
as far
no.
as what?
30
Yeah.
something coaches. I mean, there's a lot of young coaches in the league.
That
That's
I
kind of my
agree with,
point.
but Stefanski is how old is Stefanski?
40s?
40s, I believe.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, but you just put him in the 30 category. Is the only reason.
The
I'm-
Falcons, no. I said no after that.
Yeah.
After
Okay.
that.
All right. I'm good.
Stefanski's 43.
Okay. All right.
Matt's all over the place.
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Me
All right.
too.
Yeah. Anyway, bottom line is that
You
they're-
should have just said early 40s.
Yeah.
No, 30. There's a lot of
Younger
30s.
coaches.
There's double-digit 30s.
Yeah. All right.
No,
you know what?
there's not.
I want you to do the math.
There's
We're
not
taking a break.
double-digit coaches in the NFL that are in their 30s.
I
What are you
want
insane?
Yeah, I want you to take.
We just went through all of them, and there was like 3 maybe.
You will have a report when we come back. Okay.
All right, I'll
It is
report
XL Prime Time. I want a factual
Yeah.
figure.
All right.
Otherwise, we have to trust our text line to come in with it. All right. It's XL Prime Time.
All right, you ready, JJ?
Matt's got bad sources.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford. 1010XL.
I get to discover it all again. I'm walking around just like a newborn, experiencing all of this beauty.
Rediscover 1010XL every day.
Where did it come from? Has it always been like this?
Joe C here. I tried playing handyman with my sprinklers and French drain. And royally failed. So I called Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage. And John Haney came out personally, just like he'll do for you.
You know it. And for a limited time, my good buddy Joe C's coming too.
Huh?
Ain't that right, Joe?
I gotta go to the game.
Joe? Go.
Clearwater irrigation.
At least do this part.
And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Give a unique gift this Valentine's Day to that special person in your life with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jax Beach.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Annie Craig Charnley, senior basketball player at Wilson High. Annie is the co-president of the National Honor Society and is on the AB Honor Roll and the AP Scholar Award.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
This is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Tired of your hair falling out? Our hair restoration solutions have helped over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477 or go to hairforme.com.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Low mortgage rates are back. Listen, Loan Pronto has fixed rate mortgages with APRs as low as 4.89%. It's the lowest in years. Hey, gang, Prosser here. Smart homeowners are taking advantage of this while they can. If you got stuck in a 6% loan, you can lower your payment big time, or you can keep your primary mortgage intact, get cash out, equity with Loan Pronto's rapid equity loans. One homeowner just got $250,000 out of their home. They paid off all their credit cards, some car loans, and cut their monthly expense by $2,000. Call now. See what option works best for you, but don't miss this big rate drop of 2026. Ask about new home loans, VA loans, full cash out refis, or their famous rapid equity loan. You can close in less than 2 weeks. You may be able to skip your next 2 house payments altogether. Call 904-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com. No hard credit pull. 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. APR for well-qualified buyers.
Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Tell you what, you cannot outwork the Nooners, all right? These cats are sitting back waiting for some misinformation to be spewed on XL Primetime, and they are our fact finders, okay? We give a speech, they fact check that bad boy.
So we just fact checked it, and there's 6 right now.
Which is less than
not
yours
double digits.
Which is less than yours by 50%.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just had 2 turn 40, both Liam and McVay. And there's still 3 to be hired.
Well, I would like to
They're all not going to be under 30.
I'm just saying thanks to
I didn't say under 30.
Or, I mean under
30s.
40.
I'm saying thanks to the 229, the 252. Both of them were just all over this in a heartbeat, really, really fast. So one of them shot us the ages, NFL head coaches under 40. Okay, Kellen Moore, 37 years of age, and they figured, what the hey, we might as well try something, because when they got a hold of Sean Payton, he was one of the young up-and-comers. Mike McDonald, 38 years of age. Ben Johnson, 39. Sean McVay, 39. And then when you take a look at a couple of other little pieces of intel, now that
McVay just turned 40, though, didn't he?
Might be an older
I think that's old news you're looking at.
You are fake news.
Yeah, well, this was from...
Who are you to call someone else fake news, Matt?
This is
not
from,
right now.
Right,
Yeah.
I have no sources anyway.
This is straight from Chat GPT, man.
Oh.
As of the 2026 NFL season. So anyway, I had looked up another one, which gave me the actual date of birth for these cats. But the Nooners came in. So last year...
Sean McVay's birthday was 3 days ago. He's 40.
Okay, so there you go. So that's what it was. So I guess it's AI that put this out. The average age at the beginning of this past year was, including Pete Carroll, because he was the oldest coach in the National Football League, was 44 years of age as far as the average is concerned. Let me make sure I get this right. And so anyway, the point that you are making, which is the correct one, is that it's starting to get younger again a little bit, just simply because of, you take Pete Carroll out, now Andy Reid is the oldest in the National Football League, and that lops it off average-wise by 8 years. So 47.7 is
And Tomlin's out.
Yeah, and Tomlin's out, 47.7. But, going back to what we were talking about with the Steelers and going and getting Mike McCarthy, they had gone young. A young Bill Cowher, who was young when he was there, and then obviously Mike Tomlin when he first stepped up and became the head coach.
I think Bill was 30, might have been like 37 when he came in 92.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the Steelers.
So right now you've got late 60s for Andy Reid, early 60s for Harbaugh, 61, 62 for Jim Harbaugh and for Todd Bowles. Sean Payton's about the same age. And then you have all those young dudes that we just mentioned.
They're pushing the old heads out the door is what you're telling me.
Yeah, slowly but surely. But because
I guess my whole point was it's kind of a copycat league. Like everybody's now starting to go to the young dudes and let's see what the young dudes can do and why not?
I think
the fact that McVay just turned 40 and all the success he's had in the NFL.
He was 32 when they hired him. So
Just
he was young as hell when they first went for it. But the other part of it is that if it is, and it is the copycat league, it always is. Mike Macdonald's the only dude among these guys that you would point to that was hired on the defensive side here in this recent hiring cycle that has come up big and now made it to the Super Bowl. D'Amico Ryans was also hired from the defensive side in Houston, but he was a former player there, and so they
hired in his 30s too. By the way,
hired in his 30s, and you don't have to keep trying to be right. You just look
at JJ in the shit.
Yeah, you just live with it.
You just can't. You just can't accept that you were wrong.
It's an L.
No,
so anyway,
it is an L. I gotta just accept.
But they went out there and they tried. Remember the Eagles, both Shane Steichen and
also
Jonathan
hired when he
Gannon.
was in his 30s.
Yeah. Again, do we have to have this in a loop? Because it's not impossible to be hired in your 30s. They're just not all still in their 30s right now.
I get that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's clear where they're headed.
Yeah, it's been like that for years.
If I honestly think about that, like we brought up McVay, hired when he was 32. Look what he's done in 8 years. I mean, what if Liam has that type of 8-year run here?
Well, both Liam and Ben Johnson were those two young guys that had success this year on the offensive side. Mike Macdonald, you take a look at what he's done since he left Baltimore and went up to Seattle as a defensive guy. He just quietly went out and registered double-digit wins a year ago and now took it to 14-3 this year into the Super Bowl. So that dude is
with Geno Smith and Sam Darnold.
It's unbelievable. And you have to give.
I think because his name sounds so much like the guy from Miami.
Mike McDaniel.
That might have screwed him in like the popularity rankings of the average fan.
Yeah, he should easily be like
a household name.
Yeah, Vrabel will win Coach of the Year, but Mike Macdonald should be right there in the conversation with Liam and with all the other guys, the Ben Johnsons of the world. But your point is a big one because Geno has basically been left for dead in Vegas in the desert. And look what they were able to do last year with him. And Jackson Smith and Jigba just coming on like a superstar. And then the other thing is that they hired him to defend Sean McVay and defend Kyle Shanahan because they needed somebody to stop those high-powered offensive attacks. And he's done a pretty dang good job.
I also think we're all talking about how JSN became this huge player, right? Some of that has to go to Darnold.
Well, both years, and this year in particular, heck yes, of course.
Yes,
but
I think now Darnold is who he is right now. I mean, we can talk about his early years and the ghost, and you can make fun of him all you want. He is who he is now.
No,
After those back-to-back years, this is who he is.
I laugh actually when I see these asinine ideas to start a conversation. It says, "Is he finally free of his critics?" Well, he made it to the Super Bowl. And he made it to the postseason.
He's
2
won
years
28
running.
regular season games in the last 2 years.
Yeah, as soon as he fails, there will be critics back there to bash him again. But he kicked tail this year. He did. And the other guy you'd give credit to up there is Clint Kubiak, who is also another brain that's come out of the offensive side.
Well, you can remember last year when Minnesota made it to the first divisional round, and then it was like Arnold became Arnold again. Because before that game, he had a fantastic season.
Yeah.
Going to the playoffs, the turnovers, the overthrows, and everything. And basically, they were saying it wasn't going to last.
Right.
And I'm sure the same thing's going to happen if they don't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He doesn't get credit for getting it there. Doesn't get credit for having back-to-back successes with whatever teams he's going to.
Yeah.
People are going to be.
So now Super Bowl's the bars.
Now the Super Bowl's
it's so funny, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's how it works, bro.
It's hilarious.
That's what you sign up for.
And the great Bobby Bowden said it a long time ago. Who can define what the big game is? They just keep telling you the next game
one
is the big game.
Yeah.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
Some AFC South news. The Titans have hired an offensive coordinator for Cam Ward.
30-something?
No.
Oh, okay.
Brian Daboll.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Definitely not 30-something.
He ain't 30-something.
No. He's not an old cat, but he's been around.
And what I've always viewed what Brian Daboll has done, even when he was at Bama under Nick, and then up in Buffalo, and then when he was able to stitch together what he did the first year with Daniel Jones. He's a good play caller.
50.
Yeah. 50.
Older than I thought.
Yeah.
Younger than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's he's regarded as a pretty dang good play caller, and we'll find out what he can do with Cam Ward. So that's Robert Saleh, Brian Dable, two guys that were formerly head coaches in the state of New York, going against one another.
Could have done a lot worse with those hires.
Really not bad when you think about it. And so the AFC South is starting to take shape. They still haven't necessarily done anything crazy in Indianapolis in terms of threatening Shane Steichen's job or anything like that. We're going to find out what happens with Daniel Jones when it's all said and done with the injury that he had and when he comes back. But we've said it. In the AFC South, this is a take control opportunity, is it not? This is time to shine in Duval if you can take control of this division.
Well, I mean, we got our motor running pretty good. I mean, we have an opportunity with the pieces in place to run this thing back.
Yeah.
And back, back to back, So, I mean, yeah, I think this Jaguar team is clicking on all cylinders. Now, the free agency and the draft is going to be a determining factor of how we move forward. But I think this team has got, a nice little mojo going on and just want to continue with.
When's the last time Jags went back-to-back divisions?
98-99.
Wow.
Remember
98-99.
Who was part of that?
I was. Yes.
I believe the way it goes, I'd have to go back and look, but they haven't had back-to-back-to-back playoff seasons, and the only two back-to-back was obviously in the previous century, which is just really crazy and hard to believe, because you basically, since we turned the calendar to the 2000s, you've had a playoff football in 05, 07, 17, 22, and 25.
Wow.
So,
and that's playoffs. I was talking division.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a wild card. And remember we were talking about when Coach Campo was here, they won double-digit games, but were a wild card because of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
And so they were a wild card, I believe, both of those years because they went on the road.
Was that with Gerard?
Yeah, and Leftwich.
Yeah. They were 12-4, right?
Yeah.
The Colts were 14-2.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, okay.
And they went to New England both times, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
5-7, and you diehard Duval will certainly remember that. But those were two really good defenses. Obviously, the run game was there, especially with Freddie T and MJD, because you didn't get the MJD effect until the 2007 season because he was drafted a year previous to that. But those were good defenses. You know that with Big Hen, Big Baby.
Big Baby.
Oh my gosh. They were something else. All right, I'm going to see if I can find this real quick because it like you're talking about the way this team is put together, that, the opportunity to run it back is real.
I was going to ask you, Mike P was the linebacker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Mike P was
that's a nice little triangle right there. Bro. Yeah.
When you had, what were their numbers, sirs? 99 and 98.
Yeah.
Interiorly, and then I think Mike Pete was 51. Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
And they balled. Yeah, they were tough on the defensive side. All right, since we mentioned Mike Pete, let's get into
54.
Yeah,
54. Mike Pete 54.
All right, that is so wrong. I should never
You're thinking Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was.
Yeah, he was 51. Yeah, I apologize. K Hard and Mike Pete, one of my favorites. All right, so we mentioned Mike Pete, a former Gator. Let's get into the Gators FSU Friday night as the ACC schedule came out last night. We'll do it as part of our judgments. A lot of college football topics that we want to get to right here on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Basketball is back as Division I college basketball takes center stage with the UNF Ospreys. Osprey basketball returns home to CSI Company's court at UNF Arena this Thursday, January 29th, against the Hatters from Stetson. So make your plans to see the Ospreys in action at UNF Arena on Thursday, January 29th, against Stetson. Tip-off at 7. Visit UNFOspreys.com/buy tickets now to secure your seats. UNFOspreys.com/buy tickets now. Swoop!
Flame Broiler, the Rice Bowl King, is turning up the flavor with new char wings. These wings are charbroiled, never fried, grilled to perfection for a big taste without the grease. Grab them as a 3-piece or 10-piece side, or make it a meal with a 6 or 8-piece combo, served with rice and a drink. Order pickup or delivery today from any of Flame Broiler's 5 Jacksonville locations, or call 904-619-2786. Flame Broiler, bold flavor done right.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit hollispools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
Hey, Hickett here. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season out right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code 1010XL. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code 1010XL. To get $50 in lineup after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch.
Here comes the judge.
Order in the court.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
It is time to get to some of the top topics in the college football world. We decided to do it with judgments. We can pass judgment, issue judgment, whatever we want, just thoughts on these big topics. And we say thanks to Campione Law. Chris Campione, his entire team, champions for justice, and you definitely can count on them, especially if you find yourself in front of the judge. You need that proper representation, personal injury and beyond. Make sure you check them out. Duval County, the SJC. Just make sure you log on CampioneLaw.com.
Now, some would say we've been passing judgment the entire commercial break.
Yes, we have. There's been a lot going on.
Fashion judgments.
Yeah, and I slipped out and missed the fashion discussion.
No, we're doing it right, and Matt's doing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing is all I'm doing.
He's enjoying a video from a fellow 10-10er, and he's in sleeveless.
It's 37 degrees, and Hack's got the guns out. Doing a video for his show, or a reaction to Grant Udinski back in Jack's. And it looks like he's either standing in a closet or he's standing in his bathroom.
Wait a minute, is that a dry fit he has?
I don't know
He has a dry fit on.
He does have
a
dry
beanie. So it's like it's cold enough to wear the beanie.
In a beanie that, of course, says
embroidered.
Of course.
I love it.
He's got his own line.
Yeah.
But
he is such a legend.
But what do you think made him to go sleeveless
I
tonight?
don't know.
Because he's probably working out.
Yeah.
Everybody does that. Like when you get a good lift in and you're like, send a picture to your wife or something. I do it all the time.
No way.
Oh yeah. Do you?
Oh yeah.
Listen, after I do push-ups,
She
I
loves
will
it, bro.
I will run into the other room. So see how he can
Yeah,
witness.
exactly.
Yeah.
Walk around the house.
The pecs.
He posted it and then reposted it. He reposted his post.
Yeah. Just in case it didn't get enough.
Just trying to get traction, man. Just trying
What are
to
you
get
wearing
traction.
today, Matt?
It's a Carhartt hoodie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respectable.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out the actual fashion. So the dry fit, is that no bueno?
No, I'm
he's
saying
just-
that
He must have been working out if he's wearing that.
You know he's trying to show the guns when he puts on the dry fit.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
He didn't pan down enough, though.
What?
We need
'Cause
more.
all
We
your-
need more.
No.
I'm with Matt.
No, I mean all your. No, Joe, you gotta
It's not
watch it, Joe.
that
All
low.
you see is like a tip of his shoulder. You're not seeing any bicep at all.
Yeah.
Nothing else is left right now for video review. He's only going to show you so
Joe,
much.
I don't know why you took it there, to be
Well,
honest.
we know what
Joe.
kind
That
of guy
was
Matt
really,
is anyway.
No,
Big
I heard it.
asses
No.
and big thighs.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yes.
I heard it plain as day. All right, let's get to some other judgments.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that joke.
I had no idea you were gonna be drawn into that trap that Hacker set for you and take over almost the entire segment, but that's fine. All right,
JJ took it over. Not
I
me.
apologize.
All right, so I just love the fact that the ACC has come out with their schedule release for 2026, and the highlights. Basically, you got 12 members of the ACC that will play 9 conference games, while the other 5 will play 8 conference games. So they still have not figured
Genius.
that out. It is just banana asinine all the way around.
They also
okay?
haven't changed the tiebreaker rule.
No, they haven't done. They say they're going to deal with it, but they haven't dealt with it. So you got 12 playing 9, 5 playing 8, and here's what I love. This is proof with my new name of the Any Coast Conference, Week 0. Okay, you have got NC State facing Virginia August 29th in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Okay,
No way.
They're not playing in Rio.
Any Coast Conference. All right, while North Carolina faces TCU in Dublin. On the same day, Florida State hosts New Mexico State. Okay, we're talking about
In America.
Yeah, in America, but it had Mexico in it, so I had to work in it. And so that is proof. Any Coast Conference.
I wonder what those Nielsen ratings are going to look
Oh
like.
my gosh! And so I guess they're just trying to
Who in
spread.
Brazil's going to that?
Huh?
Like, who in Brazil is going to that game,
I don't know.
man?
They showed up for Eagles Packers.
But that's the
Right.
NFL.
Yeah, NFL.
That's my point. That's my point. They showed up
NC
for
State's a
Eagles
big
Packers.
draw.
I don't think they're going to show up for this one.
Everyone in Brazil is talking about how NC State just got JoJo Trader out of the transfer portal. I'm sure.
Like what?
I'm not sure how
He
many
used to be a
people
five-star.
in Rio even know where North Carolina is.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're trying to sell me, bro. Give me an NFL jersey, I'll show
What
up.
is this Wolfpack you speak of?
All right, so the Noles have Bama in T-Town, September 19th, Miami, October 17th, and then the bye, and then Clemson.
Wait, you're burying the lead, Joe.
Yeah, again, I'm burying the lead. You led with Hacker. I don't think I buried it.
That
That is the lead.
Don't kid yourself.
Yeah.
The Canes.
Yeah.
A play away from driving down the field and winning the whole dang thing.
Right.
Okay. Have 3 Friday night games and 1 Thursday night game.
Yeah. I don't know that that's...
like they're treating like they're Wake Forest.
Well, that's the ACC.
Yeah.
Yes,
Plus,
Tim Phillips special.
and Mario, who literally like 2 days before the national title game was railing about the Friday night game.
That's why they did it.
Like literally railing about
I'll give you the answer. And look, they played in the national championship. They got all the cheese from the conference. They didn't split it and share it or anything like that. And he said, guess what? Jim Phillips said, hey, you guys are my marquee, okay? And we're putting you in prime time, and we're putting you on Thursday and Friday night.
Which is that is their marquee. I mean, Joe isn't
It doesn't
joking.
chance to get eyeballs.
Why doesn't it feel like it? I mean, we're red carpet. They putting us on Friday.
Yeah, they're trying like hell to get eyeballs.
Because the ACC, that they think that is the only time they. ACC is so pathetic. They don't realize Miami can compete with the
Right, so
whatever
they're just
game is
giving
on
up.
at 8 o'clock.
They're
So
just
they just
giving
give
up,
up
basically,
exactly
yeah.
and put us on at Thursday and Friday. It's
ridiculous.
crazy. Even though Miami versus Indiana rating was insane. You know, every playoff game Miami it was in the playoff or the ratings were insane. But Jim Phillips is a fool.
And the thing is that they're so desperate to peddle their ACC network. That's also another reason why they want the bigs on their network whenever they can. Of course, there'll be ESPN television eyes on a handful of these games, ABC television eyes on a handful of these
CW,
games.
of course.
Yeah, what's up with
Never
that?
forget when they put
Never.
the best Miami in the
still
last
happening.
20 years against an undefeated USF coming off a win at the Swamp on CW at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Jim Phillips, bro.
It's beautiful. All right, now let me move on with these judgments. Drop the gavel because we got to move on to the Senior Bowl rosters, okay? And this was a little bit of shock to Knowles fans, I'm sure, and it was pointed out by the Knowles as far as those that follow FSU and have been doing it forever. For the first time since 1972, Florida State has 0 players in the Senior Bowl. A 52-year streak is officially dead.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
None.
No invites to the Senior Bowl.
No, sir.
Wow.
No, sir. And
That
so
lets you know everything you need to know about the program.
Well, if you're looking at it right now, I'm gonna see if I can
It
toggle.
must be because they have so much young talent.
Oh yeah, that part.
Well, they're in that developmental
The
stage.
portal too, man.
Yeah, they're in that developmental stage. But right now, you got 2 from Miami, couple from Florida. You obviously have a handful from a handful of other ACC teams. But your reaction to it?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy.
That says it all, right?
Says it all. Unless you know the NFL talent on the Florida State team.
Tommy
Tennessee.
Castellanos didn't even get an
He didn't get it. Well, he's coming back for a 10. I mean 7. Right?
I don't know. He's
I
not.
don't know.
No,
I'm joking. Of course I'm joking. That's a shot.
He's not. Why would he get Senior Bowl? Come on.
Well,
we already got one 5'9" quarterback there with Diego.
Okay, so right now, and by the way, I got to bring that up here in just 1 second, but you have from the ACC, you got schools represented like Duke, Georgia Tech. You can go down the line with a handful of others. Louisville in the ACC, North Carolina. North Carolina State has a couple of them, and no FSU. So we'll see where it goes. Miami and Florida don't have much more, but you guys play.
Miami had 3 that was invited that decided not
Here's
to
another
go.
one, too. Here's another one that annoys the hell out of me. The Labor Day game, the ACC, the Monday night game that they always do. Yeah. That's, kind of their game.
Still
Kind of their deal.
Minute behind on his rage, but go ahead.
JJ, what's that game again?
I believe it's SMU Florida State.
SMU Florida State. Instead of playing the team that almost won the national title,
right.
You play a team that's literally a season away from another coaching change against an SMU team that's been in your league now. This will be year 3 in your league.
I'll give Jim Phillips a break on that. That's a good game.
Is it?
Yeah, because you want to get FSU on national TV before they start losing. So
and they did it early last year.
Yeah,
see that
exactly.
see that side compliment right there?
Yeah, well,
I'm dead ass serious though.
I got you, because they'll probably win that game.
Get it early.
Get it early.
Yeah.
The Mike Norvell special.
That's in
Make
Tallahassee.
everybody think you're good.
SMU's gonna be pretty good.
Which one?
Year, man.
It is in FSU, or it is in Tallahassee.
All right, we'll keep it rolling. By the way, Tallahassee is the one who's welcoming in these night games, these Friday night games, because they're bringing FSU and Florida back on Black Friday night. And I put out on X at 1010XL Joe C. Thank you, Ozzy. I'm back on X. You can vote on.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Back on X?
Yeah. Between me and Ozzy.
That just happened.
Wow.
Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
Well, first explain why you got knocked off X.
I clicked on something that hacked my account. It was.
You don't want to.
Never click on something you don't know, Joe.
Well, I've clicked on a lot of things that I didn't know, and it worked out actually. But this one was harmless, innocuous at best, and it just anyway. It got me. Same thing with Hicken. You think Hicken's surfing stuff?
So how did you? So what happened? How did you get back on?
I steadfast, kept my nose to the grindstone, kept replying to X, kept talking to AI, and said, "Hey, can I have myself back on that old Twitter machine there?" And I don't even interact that much, but I like to know that I can. And so between Ozzy and I, and now I am counsel to Hicken to try and get Danny Hicken.
Okay.
Born again on X. And so hopefully we can get it done because he obviously contributes a hell of a lot more than I do. But
don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, well, but he's active, man. And so we're trying to help him. And so I finally got to the people that behind the curtain that you needed to
Elon.
get to. I personally reached out to Elon. And so I text Hicken.
Remember that?
I text Hicken and I said, all caps, "Elon, let me back on." And he did. And so we're going to see if we can get Hicken back on X.
More than one person who's reached out directly to Elon.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Well, I tried.
From this place.
But the other thing I would say is that even though you would not let me scan the QR code on your phone, Ozzy did help me by attempting to scan.
I didn't want any of your
his.
funk on me, man.
And so everything worked out just fine. I'm back and I feel good. So I did put on the poll, and you guys can vote on it. FSU, Florida. Like it, no like it. You can go to X and vote on that. We'll keep our judgments going right here on XL Primetime Net.
Here comes the judge. Litigated by Campione Law, champions for justice. XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. The Gator Boys are back and ready to defend their national title.
Florida will cut down the nets. Winners of the national championship.
This is Gator Country. Your home for Gators hoops is 1010XL.
Give a unique gift this Valentine's Day to that special person in your life with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jax Beach.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 27, 1973, UCLA, led by Bill Walton, sets an NCAA record for consecutive victories with their 61st win after defeating Notre Dame.
Are you searching for a career in the HVAC industry? Florida Home AC is looking for an A-team, full-time positions for qualified individuals to train for HVAC service technicians, install mechanics, and sales consultants. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and click on careers to find out more. We're talking great compensation, a 5-day work week, no downtime in the off-season, and a company-provided vehicle. Check it all out at FloridaHomeAC.com/career. That's FloridaHomeAC.com/career. Equal opportunity employer.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances. That's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJax.com. That's COYLE Jax.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Playoff football calls for the grill. The January Rancher Box from Local Fair Jacks is packed with pasture-raised beef, free-range chicken, and pork. All local, all delivered. Stock up for game day at localfairjacks.com.
Low mortgage rates are back. Listen, Loan Pronto has fixed rate mortgages with APRs as low as 4.89%. It's the lowest in years. Hey, gang, Prosser here. Smart homeowners are taking advantage of this while they can. If you got stuck in a 6% loan, you can lower your payment big time, or you can keep your primary mortgage intact, get cash out, equity with Loan Pronto's rapid equity loans. One homeowner just got $250,000 out of their home. They paid off all their credit cards, some car loans, and cut their monthly expense by $2,000. Call now. See what option works best for you, but don't miss this big rate drop of 2026. Ask about new home loans, VA loans, full cash out refis, or their famous rapid equity loan. You can close in less than 2 weeks. You may be able to skip your next 2 house payments altogether. Call 904-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com. No hard credit pull. 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. APR for well-qualified buyers.
Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
12:50, 10 minutes in front of the 1 o'clock hour. We will have one of our coaches, Mark Duffner, in the 1 o'clock hour talking about these championship games, setting up the Super Bowl. All that's ahead. But we continue with a couple of more judgments, thanks to Campione Law. And look, I know Miami Hurricane fans are still soaking up the the national championship game. I was going to say soaking up the runner-up finish, but no, you ain't soaking that up. Just the fact that you made it to the Natty game is good stuff. But we did chat quite a bit about Indiana being old and Miami being not so old. You'll be happy to know, Big Sirs, Muhammad is coming back, okay? Muhammad Torre will come back to the Hurricanes for his 8th season in college football, okay?
2017 high school graduate.
It is not all Hurricane ball that he played. He just barely showed up on y'all's lot this past season. Played for Rutgers going back to 2023, but he led the team in tackles this past year. He played his fanny off, but what JJ just said, you ready for this? He was in the same recruiting class as Trayvon Walker, as George Pickens, and Derek Stingley Jr. Isn't that, should he be playing?
That's crazy. That is crazy. I mean,
Double ACL apparently.
Yeah,
so
2
it's
ACL
medical.
tears.
So it's medical.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
2 ACL
Well,
tears.
there you go. You got two medical red shirts. You take them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can work on your masters while you're there.
Yeah, before you only had one medical red shirt that you were entitled to. You had 5 years to play 4, and then it became 6 years.
Remember
to play
that
5,
tight end who was like,
oh yeah,
he came from Oregon a few years ago. Miami was the backup, and he was in his like 9th season.
Miami's gotten a couple of
Yeah,
those.
Miami's been the originator from decades ago with Rusty Medeiros, who played like 8 years.
No, he did not.
He played a long
He
time.
did not. He played 5.
I think-
Medeiros.
Are
He
you
tore
sure
his
it was
ACL
5?
in his
Are you
senior
sure
year.
it wasn't like
he came
7?
back. No.
Matt,
he was my teammate.
you are just getting killed today in that.
Yeah.
He was my
Matt
teammate.
got bad sources.
Yeah.
You are fake news.
Okay.
Jeez.
I do like the combo there. That's good.
Yeah.
But the
Okay.
yeah.
By the way, it
Hey,
was a great day for the Miami Hurricanes. Darian Mensah was freed from portal jail today, everyone.
and so
Thank God for that.
so he gets to come to Miami.
Yes.
Okay. And he leaves Duke, and the buyout had to be part of this whole deal.
Sorry, Manny.
And
I'm not.
Manny Diaz is like, this is the place that gave me my first shot. Then they fired me. Now I come up to Duke. I'm reclaiming a little bit of my
You
glory.
won the title.
We won the ACC. Somebody left us out of the CFP and let them in, and now you guys are poaching my players.
Yeah, they Miami also got the best wide receiver on Duke at the exact same time.
That's so harsh.
They're roommates.
So
They're
what's
besties.
Yeah, they said, okay, I'm coming if he's coming.
Yes.
Right. So back to the
Raise your
injury
eyebrow.
thing.
What was the amount?
Matt has to prove a point.
Well,
Go ahead.
No, it's not that. I'm
He
not
was
talking about
under a $4 million
So
per year contract, so we probably have to pay that off plus whatever, 6
So you-
plus.
you're gonna pay $10 million for your
Yeah.
quarterback.
Well, see, I
at
like
least.
that down.
Minimum.
I mean, it is Miami business.
It is unreal,
But
though.
if you're gonna pooch, if you're gonna take guys,
Yeah.
you got to pay the back.
Pooch or poach, it doesn't matter.
Poach.
At this point, it's even pooch.
Yeah.
So to the injuries.
I wonder how much Aaron Philo costs.
Not that much.
Hey, pennies on the dollar, okay?
So this is the problem I have with the NCAA. It's
Doesn't even get to wear a logo on his
They're
helmet.
going back-to-back ACL injuries. Okay,
Yeah.
is what they're saying.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to say no to Trinidad Chambliss, who didn't play an entire season because
you are right.
He had an upper respiratory issue.
There's no rhyme or reason
that
for it.
that multiple doctors have said there's no way he could have played.
It's as hypocritical as it gets.
And then the NCAA has the nerve to come out and say we didn't get any medical information on him.
Yeah.
When
It's just total BS, man.
They've got his doctors, they've got therapists, they've got his coaches saying the same thing. This was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
The year after the pandemic.
So he missed 2 ACL tears, 2 over 3 years' time.
Right.
So I understand it. I just, like we said, the average age was 24 years for Indiana, and this cat's going in his 8th year. And like we said, Pickens has now played for 2 different teams. Derek Stingley's gotten his 2nd contract. Trayvon might be in line for his 2nd contract, same recruiting class as this dude.
Now, do you expect
that's a lot.
Chambliss to play next year,
I do.
though?
I think he will.
Okay.
I think they'll
because we
eventually
did
get it
have
done.
that court ruling from Mississippi.
I think they'll eventually get it done.
Okay.
The NCAA will eventually cave because that's what they always do. But
They're on the
fact
Gators' schedule next year, by the way. Right?
Yeah. But the fact that they're arguing it and arguing like they are is just shameful.
Won't they just allow anything medical to where you can get an extra year?
An extra year if they can, probably.
Yeah.
And hey, listen, Diego's been irreparably harmed over being measured, and so you never know. He might try and come back. Because
they're concerned that they're not that the more players stay in college football, the less opportunities there are for high school players. I get that.
Right.
I totally get that.
And high school coaches have told us personally there are less coaches on their campuses now.
Yeah.
They don't come to recruit players.
Especially quarterbacks.
It's a sad situation.
Yeah.
And this is where I'll go back to the original argument. Unintended consequences. There's a lot of good that's taking place, but there's also some bad that comes along with it. All right, real quick, I got to get to this. When we talk about instead of prime time, it's fine time. Dion says, I am hitting you guys with some fines if you don't show. You got the NIL, you got the pocketbook now. So Colorado and Dion are going to issue fines to players for misconduct. You ready for this, Big Sirs?
Yeah.
Late to practice, $500. No show, $2,500. Late to meeting or a film, $400. No show, $2,000 if you miss out on the film session. Late to conditioning, $1,000. No show, $1,500. Late to treatment, $1,000. No show, $1,500. Violation of team rules could go up to $2,500.
Wow.
Where does that money go?
It's got to go into some
NIL funds.
Yeah, they're going to go pedal it right back into it.
Right back to the NIL.
Maybe.
The TC fax them that.
Yeah.
That sounds like my NFL missing meetings, weight, and all that other kind of
Okay,
stuff. But rightfully so, though, bro. Rightfully
If
so.
you're going to be professional.
If you're going to be professional, Bobby, you're going to be paid like professionals, then you're going to be treated like professionals.
And the thing I like, the last one, real quick, judge on this. Public or social misconduct could go up to $5,000.
Okay. I like that.
That's
I love
pretty,
it.
that's pretty
Absolutely.
vague.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, I mean,
It is, but I like it.
Yeah.
I
Public
like it.
urination. If you suffer from isomycetosis, you can still get fined for it.
Okay.
All
Get
right.
thrown out the
Diego
club.
would have been fine for it.
So if you get thrown out the club and they find out, you get fined.
Exactly.
I forgot Dion was even at Colorado.
Yeah.
Out of
He
sight,
is-
out of mind.
Yeah, he is, and he'll be back once he gets him another. Travis, he was. You know
where his son is?
You want to know why you didn't see him? He was voting for
Pro
Shador on the Pro Bowl. Okay, that's what he was doing. Still, I can't believe. TLD even texted me this morning. She goes, "Are you telling me that Shador Sanders is there and Trevor Lawrence is not there?"
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, she was fired up. All right, we will get into some Jaguar talk and some NFL talk with one of our coaches, Mark Duffner. He's in next on XLP.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Feel the roar of the Jaguars.
It's Duval right now, man. DTWD Duval till we die.
On the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here. If you're looking for the best selection of trucks in Jacksonville, it's truck time at big #1 Duval Ford. They've got Jacksonville's largest lineup of brand new trucks with massive discounts. Over $10,000 off select models. That's right, savings you won't find anywhere else. Your next truck is waiting for you at big #1 Duval Ford, so visit duvalford.com or stop by 1616 Cassett Avenue today. It's truck time at Duval Ford.
Hey, Hicken here. Leave all the 2025 dirt and celebrate the new year with our friends from Zero Res. Carpets, tile, hardwood, LVP, area rugs, upholstery. Basically every surface in your home can be Zero Resified. Time to call the cleaner pros at Zero Res, and don't forget about your air ducts. Zero Res has a 4.9 rating on Google with more than 8,000 reviews. Bring in the new year with 20% off carpet and upholstery cleaning, plus take $100 off your air duct cleaning when you mention 1010XL. 287-5727 or book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com.
Helmets and Heels calls on Jags former middle linebacker Tom McManus to elevate your afternoon.
He's the best. Guy's got it all.
Catch the pros' point of view afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL. Fought for you by Green Law Group. For the injured, fighting for you.
Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida. And inside the flip side, the action never stops. If you're tired of hearing about the best games after the final whistle, don't get left on the sidelines. Whether it's a unique sporting event you've never seen, a weekend with the family, or a winning date night, Visit Jacksonville is your ultimate playbook. Get in the game. Head to visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jacks app today and see everything coming in 2026. Jacksonville. Experience the flip side.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mokama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and Lagers, matching memories and some Mokama magic is what it's all about. Mokama Beer Company,
in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mokama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Hi, I'm Kara Omasal.
I'm Ruby Palaez, student at North Florida School of Special Education.
With support from the players, we're helping our students reach their full potential. 42 days to go until the players.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, is that a turtleneck? Can't you feel it, Jason? There's a chill in the air, a definite nip. I mean, it is January. In Jacksonville, Jason. I didn't come here for cold. Well, I wouldn't call this. Cold weather gives me the sniffles. Sniffles turns to pneumonia. Suddenly, I'm in a hospital bed with a tube down my throat because Florida didn't get the memo about ignoring winter. So, switch over to heat. What if my system can't remember how to heat? Dude, put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing can make sure your system is ready to switch from cooling to heat. We'll clean your heating coil to get rid of that burning dust smell and make sure you have the coolant pressure to keep your heat pump pumping out the heat. I had no idea these sunglasses worked in the winter.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Chad and Sandy Real Estate. The Buffalo Bills are reportedly promoting their own offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, to be the team's next head coach. With the Buffalo job now off the market, the Jaguars' offensive coordinator, Grant Udinski, reportedly will remain with the team next season. Right now, 42 degrees at 102. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
Rocking along, cold but sunny. Tuesday right here on the First Coast is warming up just a little bit, but not a whole heck of a lot. But there are plenty of other places where there's a lot more colder weather. So we in the Sunshine State, we thankful. And especially as we heard from some of our people last week. Was it last week we were whining about it being cold? And the roofers, the plumbers, the masons, the guys that are driving rigs all over these United States, we applaud all of them. That's for sure. They're out there getting it done in the cold weather. That's for sure. Even the dudes like
coming to work, I saw a couple of guys on the track, picking up the trash.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention them.
Bro.
Some of Huntington's dudes, some of the Mangler's men.
They got after it pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
It was cold.
They work hard.
I waited patiently too.
Yeah. Speaking of working hard, half century of working in the coaching profession. One of our coaches, Mark Duffner, joins us now. Coach, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. And by the way, I was a sanitation engineer in college.
Yeah.
So, during the summertime. So
okay.
It was a good job. I can promise you that.
Yeah. You get out there, you get paid well if you slung it.
When we slung it now, let me tell you right now. I mean, in those days, there were very few bags. It was steel cans. And, So, it was a great job. You started early in the morning. When your route was done, you were done. And, it was a good workout.
Gloves? Did you get holes in the gloves all the time?
Constantly.
Okay, now here's the other thing. Yeah. This is old school. This is Coach Duff is not afraid of hard work. They didn't have wheels on those trash cans, did they?
Oh, no. And so here was the ticket on it in those days. You had a guy that was called the setter. He knew the route, and he would get out in front, and he'd pull the cans to the curb. And then myself and somebody else they would pick you in the morning, the driver would. And so then we chased after, and we threw the cans in, put them back, and then they'd wind up putting them back to where they belong. But it was a hustle now, let me tell you.
Oh, that's awesome.
So especially in the wintertime, too, now, because we do it over Christmas time, that's tough sledding now. That's tough work.
That's up in the north you were doing it.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. I honestly, these 4-day winters, I can't handle them.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, you're spoiled here. Let me make it real clear. We're real spoiled down here.
Oh, I don't want any more U-Hauls coming down south because they're up there in freezing temperatures. All right, so we saw a freezing temperature game. And we even debated this yesterday, Coach, and you could chime in on it. But the elements in Denver, it started out where there wasn't any snow on the ground. Before you knew it, there was snow falling everywhere. Wind was swirling. And we had us a game between Denver and New England. What did you think?
No question about it. I mean, like you said, it was sunny and 28 as you're watching them in the pregame and warming up and all that type of thing. Then the thing turned into a daggone blizzard. And, you got to applaud the way these guys do play in that type of weather. That's not easy to do by any stretch. But again, a highly competitive game that I was impressed with how both teams played in the elements as far as that was concerned. But again, congratulations to New England on the win.
Of course, these guys here were talking about need to be a neutral site when you have a championship game of that caliber. And I played in those type of games with that type of weather. And whoever has the best run game, physical defense usually wins. It's a war of wheels. You got to somehow mentally keep that out of your brain and understand that you got a task at hand.
Without a doubt. No, that's a fact. Now, you got to really be able to suck it up for 60 minutes, as we like to say, in terms of what the focus is. And actually, I was kind of surprised in that game that the New England's got a very good defense, but their line kind of I thought pushed a darn good offensive line for Denver around a little bit. And I think that was kind of a lot of the telltale in the game. They were able to really, with a strong all-star type unit on the defense or the offensive line for Denver, New England's D-line was pretty strong.
So this is the obvious question now. You being the former coach, you're very good to answer it. The whole analytics and the idea of, you've got a much better chance of taking control of a game here instead of taking the points. At some point, don't you just say it's the NFL and points are a premium?
Yeah, I think even when you saw after the game, I think Coach Payton alluded to that. He said, geez, he kind of got caught up himself in a little bit of the moment and being aggressive. But, smart, cooler heads have to prevail in those type situations, And then I think maybe it was a 4th and 1, I think, from the 14-yard line on that. I can't remember if that was it. But at any rate, my point is, yeah, you got to take points when you get them. It's too hard to win these games. You can't give away anything. You got to take everything you can.
They have assistants. Sorry, Joe. They have assistants that will sit up in the press box and they talk about timeouts and time of possession and what you should do and what the chart says about kicking and going for 2. Shouldn't that guy also be saying, Coach, let's take the points?
Yeah, no. Well, it depends because some of those, and they do an excellent.
Trust those guys,
Yeah. Well, some of them they do an excellent job. Some of them are strictly numbers guys, and they're not. And by the way, they refer to it. The book says this.
Right.
The book says that. Right. That's what they say in the press box to the coaching staff. But I think you've got to at some point take the information and make the very best decision you can based on really football, and too much of the analytics, I think, can lead you astray.
Of course, this sounds like some young cats telling him what to do, and Sean Payton should know better. He's old school.
Yeah.
I mean, so whatever information he was tallied, he should have override that and go for the points because it's a premium in the playoffs. I
think that you're accurate. You don't know. At the time, sometimes you get who's in his ear, how strong they are in his ear. All of a sudden, distraction can occur. Sometimes you make a quick decision you regret. All these things come into it. He acknowledged it afterwards. I give him credit for that. And again, I don't know if he's old school as much as he's pretty good right school. He does a lot of good things, and I think again he acknowledged the fact that he probably should have gone for the points.
Yeah, I want to drill down on it just a little further because I said sometimes analytics equals ego.
Yeah.
And ego can get in the way.
Absolutely it can.
And so sometimes Sean Payton thinks I'm going to prove to you that I can set this guy up for success, even though he's not as good as my star.
I guarantee you that's part of it too, and that's why it's the game is as interesting as it is. It's still run by humans, and we make decisions sometimes that are not always the best, and sometimes very bold and very good.
Okay, so you've been position coach, defensive coordinator, head coach, and obviously the analytics have taken over now compared to maybe before. But kind of take us through that. Are they telling Sean Payton, to Leon's question, what he wants to hear? Do they ever challenge? Do they ever say, hey, this isn't a good idea? Because you just said the book says.
Yeah. I think most of the guys that again, each staff probably is a little bit different. But when you have a true analytics guy, and they're good now, sometimes they think it's too much information. You got to reel them in because you got too much of that going on. But the true analytics guys are going to say, hey, this is what the book says, and then you leave it up to the coach to make the best decision. It's always good to have another veteran coach up there or who's very versed in situational football, and he can also chime in with really what this is what we should do. Don't give away the points. Take the points. So the guys in the press box that are in the coach's ear, the coordinator's ear, the head coach's ear are critical, and that you take the best information, but you got to have somebody up there that is not just strictly by the book.
Now, Coach, when you look at this, in my opinion, I think that the Super Bowl was played in the NFC Championship game. Those are two elite offensive defenses that kind of tallied up each other. When I look at the Patriots, they really had the easiest road to the Super Bowl, to be quite honest with you, okay? The Chargers weren't what we thought they were.
They didn't have a good offensive line.
They didn't have a good offensive line. You look at the Houston Texans, I mean, C.J. Stroud just gave them the game away. And then you go to Denver and get a snowstorm with a backup quarterback, and you make it to the Super Bowl.
No, I have to say that they were opportunistic. They had a lot of things go their way. Yes. There's no question about it. Now, but you still have to admire what they did. I think that what a rookie quarterback did, and he didn't play well, and the elements were a factor there too. But he seemed to be guiding the ball rather than throwing the ball in that game. I think that the heat of the moment kind of got to him a little bit, and a kid that's pretty impressive when you listen to him and watch him play. But I would say to you, too, I'm impressed with what New England did. They had a plan going into the season. They spent more money than anybody in the league in free agency. They took a rookie quarterback and built a team around him, and I like that chemistry. I mean, I like that menu, if you will, that way that they put the team together. A lot of people are going to look at that as far as that's concerned. So, they were fortunate with the schedule. They were fortunate with a lot of things, but again, I applaud a lot of what they did.
So, seeing that, okay, and then the idea of what the Jags just went through, and they're watching that and they're thinking, I mean, we could have won the AFC. How long and how much impact does that loss have? The loss to the Bills have? You being with the Bengals when you guys are a missed block away from you having a ring on your hand right now.
Yeah.
So how long did that last for the Bengals, you think, and how long do you think this could last for the Jags? And can it be positive, or at some point does it become a negative thing?
No, I think you try to turn it into a positive. I think that when you look, I mean, they beat the Bronco. I mean, when you look at the teams that they beat and played well against this year and recognized, like you just said, we could have been there and very definitely could have been there and won. I think you try to bottle that up as much as you can and look, say, this is what you guys were able to do. Now we're going to continue to do even better. So I look at it as a positive right now, what they were able to accomplish, and the goal is to get better, and so that's the objective moving forward.
We got one of our coaches, Mark Duffner. He coached with the Jaguars a number of years, coached 50 years between college and the pros. You guys can hit the text line with a question if you want, 641-1010, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We mentioned what Leon aptly described. It was the Super Bowl. The NFC Championship game looked like it featured the two best teams. So we'll get into them and then stay on this subject about the AFC and who may have the upper hand. Coming up, we will do it right here. Oh, by the way, we should not ignore the mailmen because they did text us. I don't know whether this is Sellner, the postman of the decade, but yeah, you're right. The postal carriers, they make sure.
Amazon guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yes, yes, and yes.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
What's that?
What the hell?
It's a big red button.
The big red button.
1010XL.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit HollisPools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass, still family owned and in business for 100 years. When they say you're going to see a big difference, that's for everything. Custom showers and spas, tabletops, mirrors, even replacing foggy windows, all at a more affordable price. And with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed, Lee and Kate's Glass is your best choice. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Throw your rifle and rod in the truck every Saturday morning.
This could be really special.
Go hunting and fishing with Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Favor, and Captain Kirk Walls on the Nimnit Outdoors Show. Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Finding the right plumber to reline your cast iron pipes doesn't have to be a stressful experience. When you hire Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, you can rest assured you're getting the best in the industry. At Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, we're so confident in our work that we encourage you to get multiple estimates. Look at each company's reviews and check the scope of their pipelining work to make sure it's what you're expecting. But at the end of the day, make the superior choice. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Request a free estimate at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
What Major League Baseball pitcher holds the record for most career no-hitters and over 5,000 strikeouts?
Just letting your homeowner's insurance renew each year may cost you money. Shop around and you may find a better plan. Let Southern Oak Insurance give you an option at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Nolan Ryan's 7 career no-hitters might be an unbreakable record, but his 5,714 strikeouts certainly is.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $4,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
If your home doesn't have a fireplace, CSS can install a beautiful electric or gas fireplace from Heat & Glow with no major remodel required. See their showroom or cssoutdoor.com for a free estimate. CSS, you dream it, we build it.
Hacker here, and I'll admit something I don't love admitting. At some point, you just kind of get used to being overweight. Not happy about it, just used to it. Like, yeah, this is me now. That was my mindset. I tried stuff, took the meds, cut carbs, all of it. And when none of it really worked, I remember thinking, all right, I guess I'm just going to have to live with this. And that sucks. I didn't like saying it out loud, but that's where I was. When I finally started Awaken 182 years ago, I wasn't fired up. I was skeptical. I just didn't want to feel stuck anymore. Then 4 weeks went by where we are right now in the new year, and I was down 35 pounds in a month. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't broken. I just needed the right plan for me. That's what Awaken 180 gave me. That's what they'll give to you. Look, there is no magic pill that lasts. There is no healthy diet giving the results I got. There is simply Awaken 180. And you can talk with them today. Go online, awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
All right. Wingstop has specials on this weekend, Saturday and Sundays. Using promo code JAX10, gets you $10 off a 50-piece wing pack. Woo! Whether you use it order it online or use the Wingstop app. All right, this discussion is two-part, all right?
Yep.
The first part is when you rebound after a disappointing playoff loss, all right? It happened to me when I was with the Steelers, all right? We lost the AFC Championship game to the Chargers at home as the 1 seed, 17-13. We were first down and goal to go inside the 5-yard line under a minute to go in the game. We're the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL. We ran the ball one time. We ran a draw, okay? Then we threw a pass, threw another pass. Now we're 4th down and 3 at the 3. Now, granted, we're 3 yards away from the Super Bowl. And in my mind, I'm saying, man, let's just line up and just run and try to win this game. I heard the call coming into the huddle, 74 sticks. Never forget it in my life. And I turned and looked at the sky and said, man, we're going to lose this game. 74 sticks, bro. I never forget it.
Don't you wish you could be a coordinator at that point?
Yes.
Now explain what 74 sticks is.
What 74? Listen, I don't know the in routes of the route, but I know that the pass went to Barry Foster. And
of all the receivers on the field, it went to Barry Foster.
It went to Barry Foster, and Junior Seau jumped over the top of him, didn't pass interference him, and slapped the ball down. Game over. Play calling is important. At that particular moment, I would have rather gone out with a run play. If you stop us with a run play, we coming right at you. I could take that loss, but I can't take that loss when we threw the ball 3 out of 4 times inside the 5.
I think it's crazy because sports fans, one of their strong professions is second guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, it was the pro that was second guessing. Yeah. And I understand it because you guys were known for running the football.
Yeah, we were known. And then I had to watch the Chargers get annihilated by the 49ers in the Super Bowl. We wanted that smoke.
Yeah.
We wanted the Niners. We would have got them.
You would have?
I know you think they would have got them.
Even with Neil?
Huh?
We're pretty good, bro.
Huh? We were pretty good, too. I ain't gonna never say another team was better than us.
Oh, I know you are. And I respect
never
that.
said it.
I totally respect that.
I'm only saying that
Steve
because
Young was on fire that year.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, until he met us. But what I'm saying is for the Jaguar fans is this. When you deal with the disappointment of not making it to the Super Bowl, you got to use that as fuel and motivation for the next year. Because the next year, after we had lost the championship game, we started off slow, lost to the Cowboys, was 3-4 after we lost to Jacksonville. Came here, lost to y'all, 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the meeting. Bill Cowher said, "Listen, that was a devastating. We was embarrassed that we lost to y'all. To be quite frank,
suck it, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we did. So we were embarrassed. So Bill Cowher says, "Listen, we're going to take the pads off. We're going to go back to the basics: footwork, technique, fundamentals. We're going to get back to fundamental football, and we're going to make. We're going to turn the season around. Next thing you know." We run the table, win 2 playoff games, and we're in Super Bowl 30.
That's crazy. Awesome. It can happen that fast, right, Coach Duff?
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Yeah. That absolutely can. Yeah. No, when a team has that kind of success that they had, the Steelers had, Leon's referring to, again, the coaching staff and the players alike, that feeling is something you work hard for, and you do not want to let it get away from you. And I think that the leaders on that team in particular and the staff, brought that to the forefront, to the attention of the players, and that became their focus. And I expect that to be that way here in Jacksonville as we move forward next season.
Coach, remember? Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, remember this, Coach. The first game of the season, that next year, Rod Woodson blows out his ACL. Okay, he blows out his ACL, and we all go in the locker room and we're devastated by the fact that Rod Woodson blew his ACL. You know what he said to us? Just get me to the Super Bowl. I'll be ready.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and he played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's quality leadership, and those are rare guys, and we need those guys. Good stuff.
All right, so let's just at least shift it over a little bit. We'll get back to the Jags and thoughts of the AFC, but shift it over to the NFC title game, and both teams were red hot offensively. We know what Matt Stafford, Puka, and company can do, getting a healthy Devonta Adams back. But then the job that Sam Darnold did, oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I was kind of pulling for him. A guy that has been beleaguered a little bit throughout his career. A guy that still you wonder how in the flip he gets to Seattle after leading the Vikings to 14 wins the year before. You've got to applaud the leadership, John Snyder at Seattle, and how he wound up picking him up, getting him to that ball club and surrounding him with the type of players that they've got there in Seattle. That's a heck of a team. When you look at that, I mean, yeah, they've got talent. I like their attitude across the board. And I think that's really what's carrying them right now. It carried them the latter part of the season when Darnold, frankly, he'd start off the season very productively. He was ranked at the top of the league, 3 or 4 at quarterback. Then he kind of got into a drought, if you will, a tough stretch of 4, 5, 6 games. That team, the defense, everybody else rallied to pick it up. Well done.
They were certainly impressive when they were here, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, that team's good.
Not at all.
No,
it was a 1-score game, 20-12. Yeah, that was the final, right?
I think they got better week after week, which is what you want from your team. Yeah. And Darnold got more comfortable in that offense.
And I think they just rattled off 10 straight.
Yeah, he got more comfortable with the system, and they got hot. Not unlike Jacksonville, which got hot, started playing better. Won 13 games, should have been in that AFC Championship game.
Yeah, very similar actually. Yeah. Very, very similar. Yeah. And here we've got a very good team right now. I think we've got a lot of guys that can contribute that right now are on board to team success, and I think that's what you're seeing in Seattle. You got to also applaud the game that Kubiak called. I thought he called a heck of a game, with in terms of what Darnold's success was all about. So highly impressive.
So, Coach, this Super Bowl, I believe there's always styles and fights.
Yep.
I always believe that whoever sets the tempo first kind of has the advantage. How do you see this Super Bowl going? Who has the competitive advantage moving forward?
Well, I tell you, it's going to be impressive because I really like the job that Coach Vrabel's done up in New England, and the toughness and the type of team he's got, and what he's developed on both sides of the ball up there. And then when you look at what Mike McDonald's done there as far as Seattle, I mean, geez, it's tough to say. I think on paper you got to lean a little bit towards Seattle and what I think is the better team going in, but I wouldn't discount New England by any stretch, based on what I've seen them do as the season went on. Yes, they were opportunistic, but they took advantage of those situations. In other words, things fell in their place, but they made them fall in their place too. So I look forward to a very competitive game here, but if I had to give an edge, I'd probably go to Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots can run the ball, and they play really good defense.
It's funny you say that.
Very good.
Because the Seahawks are kind of like iffy against the run. Like I would not I think the Seahawks are going to win. But I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Patriots did. Not in the least.
So I was looking at the numbers yesterday with what you just said. 114 yards rushing for the Rams, okay? That was 5+ per carry.
Right, they gave up on it.
Against Seattle. And towards the end, one of those last drives, they ran it again, but not enough. They had Blake Corum in there a couple of times. But then you look at in those conditions, in the snow, they basically had to hand it to Ramondre Stevenson. Now, he averaged less yards per carry, but still, he was toting it 25 times he had to carry the ball.
Yeah, they had 141 yards rushing in that game.
Yeah.
And
so it was 3.7 per carry.
Right.
What do you think?
No, I mean, I think I'm with Matt. I think they can run the football. And as you just demonstrated, they're talking about what the Rams did. They were 5-2 a carry against Seattle, 114 yards total. So, again, like a lot of these games, it's going to come down to the line of scrimmage. And when I saw New England's defensive line, raise hell with Denver's offensive line, it's going to be a tussle.
Plus, I love Vrabel's ability to get them ready for a game and get them motivated. It's rare what he does. He will have them ready to play that
There's
game.
There's no doubt about that.
They will not be overwhelmed by that moment. No way.
No, I fully agree with that. What he did to put together the coaching staff that he's done up there, the attitude. I mean, again, much like here, the turnaround that occurred here. It's impressive as heck. Hard to do. Let me tell you guys, hard to do.
Well, the first thing, Coach, first thing you got to do is change the mindset of the players. I mean, anytime you're taking a 4-13 team, essentially you're working with at least half the roster from the year before.
Yep.
So you might get rid of the other half, but then, you got to change. I always make it fun and said that Liam had to come here and show this team that they didn't suck.
Yeah.
Because we've had a lot of bad football around here in Jacksonville until Liam came.
Well, I think that started at the top. I think the three wise men and brought in a plan and got everybody to buy in. Liam got his coaching staff to buy in. They got the scouting. They've made excellent evaluative decisions, both on coaches, on players and additions. Same thing in New England. When you spend the most money on free agency and bring new people into the building, you've got to have done a good job of evaluation, not just ability, but player character, leadership, determination, all those things, accountability. I mean, that's what's going to help you win these teams. And golly day, I think the job that, like I said, that Liam Cohen and James Gladstone and Tony did collectively with the coaching staff is exceptional. I'd love to be a part of that. And that's why our two coordinators are being courted like they are, because people really do want to know what the flip's going on here, because it's rare, that kind of success. So, I mean, that's why that's the truth now. I mean, not that they're not doing a great job coaching, but people want to know what's going on here.
So stay there for 1 second, and I'm sure you've been through the interview process, be it for whatever position coach, coordinator, whatever it might be. Those teams are asking those types of questions. Now, they may have some interest in giving that guy an offer as a head coach, but they want to know what's going on here.
Without a doubt. And the smart teams will do that. Now, I ride the fence a little bit and actually don't like that, because you really want them for the guy, the guy that you want to come in for the role. But there's a lot of interviews that go on and have been for a long time, strictly as fact-finding, trying to determine what in the heck are you doing in numerous situations. And they'll go right through A to Z, a list of stuff to try to get again, what is your plans? I mean, what is that team doing? What is their philosophy? What is their actual action? What's their action that they're doing for these things? Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and this is kind of getting off the championship game scenario, but more with the Jags. With what Mark was saying right there, that's why I think they're going to do everything they can to keep this team intact. Because now you've got the two coordinators coming back. You realize how close you were. Like you're there, and don't screw it up by doing something you're going to regret.
I don't want
down
you
the
to.
road.
I don't want you to utter that balky phrase. We like.
No, I don't mean it that way. I mean, like, do you
We
really,
like the guys
do you
we
really
got.
let
We like
Travis
our locker
Etienne
room.
walk? Do you really let him walk?
Yeah.
Considering how productive he was.
All right.
I don't know that you do that.
We'll keep it
And
going.
there's a couple others like that
Yeah.
too.
All right, we'll throw those
I'm
out
with
coming
you.
up here in just a second. Coach Mark Duffner hanging out with us. We always enjoy him. Coach Gerald Ingram, both sides of the ball with our social channels. We try and put that out there as often as we can. We'll do some more as we get ready for free agency, but you can keep it going on that subject as far as keeping this team together on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies. 1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
I don't like your style,
The Drill.
your politics, or your sense of humor.
Mornings
I don't like what you say or how you say it.
on 1010XL.
Blah, 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 blah.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care, totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, poker players and sports fans. It's cold outside, but the action is hot inside. Turn game day into payday at Aces Sports Bar inside Best Bet St. Augustine. Catch all the playoff football and college basketball on our big screens and play your hand at the tables. Plus, score $100 for touchdowns during selected pro football games and $500 every 30 minutes at the table games. Get all the exciting details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
A new year is the perfect time to finally get organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to home offices, entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and more. Beautiful, functional storage for any space, lifestyle, and budget. Start the new year strong with 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free in-home consultation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
The Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach is better than ever. Come experience our new renovated spaces, including an expanded wellness center with upgraded state-of-the-art equipment, recovery solutions, brand new locker rooms, and the Horsell Center for Health and Well-Being, all designed to help you feel your best. And now you can join with no joining fee. Plus, enjoy your 4th month free. There's no place like this place. And you'll love what's new. Visit the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach.
Get your tickets for the Tom Coughlin J Fund Wine Tasting Gala. Join Super Bowl winning coach Tom Coughlin at ViStar Ballpark Thursday, March 5th and raise a glass to help local families tackling childhood cancer. Enjoy hundreds of wines from around the world and food from top local restaurants. Buy tickets and learn more at tcjfund.org/wine. tcjfund.org/wine.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Jacksonville homes are selling, but it can take months, and it takes a price lower than you want. Well, getting top price means aggressive marketing, and Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive the demand to sell your home. And they have this unbelievable promise and guarantee. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. If you need to sell now, Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. You want max price? Chad and Sandy are going to aggressively market your home, and they're going to get it. Anthony and Mary in Palm Coast said, we wanted to move back home closer to family. Getting max price was more important than a fast sell, but we had only purchased our home last year, so we didn't have much equity. After just 23 days of aggressive marketing with Chad and Sandy, they sold our house at the price we needed to make the move. Call the Jacksonville experts you can trust, and I recommend. Call Chad and Sandy at 904-414-6200 or chadandsandy.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is that this Jaguar team is close. It's close. And just like my team in 94, we had a lot of free agents that came through, and for the most part, we kept a good core of the guys there, which is important, the nucleus of the team. I think you got to do the same thing here in Jacksonville. You may lose a couple of guys, but you want to keep the nucleus here. You need an uptick at a pass rush, interior presence, lockdown corner. You got Travis Hunter coming back, get the lockdown safety, maybe a couple of guards. I'll take a couple guards. But everything else, man, you can go into this off season with a lot of confidence that you can get back to where you were and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key.
Yeah, my goal moment is gonna be kind of piggybacking on that. I'm not saying they don't need help. They need edge guys, rushers off the edge. I think they need help in the secondary still. My point is, I just don't know that you let productive guys like Travis Etienne and or Devin Lloyd go because you can't find the money, or you don't want to find the money, or you're willing to let a younger guy take his place. You're willing to let guys you drafted last year, a linebacker you drafted last year, or a running back you drafted last year to take their place. I think those guys, not only are they important for their production, but they're also important for the locker room. Like they are now a known factor in that locker room, both those guys.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. I think Dewey's important for the locker room. And I don't know if they keep him. Who knows? But it's guys like that are like the glue of your team.
Yeah, you got to feed family first.
Yeah, Matt, the coaching staff and personnel people there know these guys now.
Yeah.
And they know them well. And, no matter how deep the research you do on free agents or on draft picks, you still don't know until you get them, and you got them for a while, what you really truly have. We know these guys right now. You know how productive they are. You know how the character, you said the locker room, critical in terms of the personality and attitude of that group, critical to keep these guys.
I'm sure Kaiser could be a good or great player for them. Who knows? I'm sure you got, the young backs they have could be good or great players. But you know what you have now.
Yeah, I think it's always going to be a fine line. How much do you pay a Devin Lloyd, who has had one strong year in 4 seasons, but it was the perfect time to have a strong year, and there's a couple things you can point to.
He was coached.
New coaching, new leadership, new vision on that side of the ball, and then obviously Devin Lloyd saying, "This is my future. If I don't ball out, I may be knocked out of the league before long." And so I like what you're saying, Coach. And I asked you in the break, I said, you don't want to have to re-coach somebody else what you already coached this dude to do. And it's the same thing in college, in the portal, the turnover. You taught one guy, and then that guy is up and out. Now you got to re-coach, and that's valuable.
Absolutely it is. And it takes a heck of a lot of time, and you just never know what you got. You want to develop these guys and keep people that you truly know what they're made of. If I'm Devin Lloyd, I've said this before, I mean, geez, Pete, he just had the best season of his life. And yes, and I want him to get as much money as he possibly can. But if I'm him, I kind of like where I'm at right now. And I understand the system, and it appears the coaching staff's coming back. So everything's in place for me to continue to get better. When I go somewhere else, I don't know. Yeah, the grass is not always greener. Yeah. And, I don't know what I'm walking into scheme-wise, coaching-wise, teammate-wise. I'd take a good thing and run with it. Stay here.
Yeah, Coach, it's important what kind of message you're sending to the locker room, because you essentially told those two guys, ATN and Devin Lloyd, to prove it. So when they proved it, they should be rewarded for that.
Correct. And I'm just telling you, I've seen teams find ways to do it. Tampa Bay, I mentioned it, when they won the Super Bowl, the next year they kept everybody. Now, how they did it, everybody was wondering and all that, but they did. And so there's ways to do it. Matt alluded to it a little bit, and I think we do everything we can to find a way to keep these guys. Etienne, are you kidding me? How could you let what he did week after week after week here? How could you let him walk
Hugely
away?
productive.
Hugely productive.
Best season of his career.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about it, really both schemes, defensive matched up with what Devin Lloyd's strengths are, scheme-wise, offense matched up with what Travis Etienne is good at.
Without a doubt. I mean, they were used every way possible. If I'm them, man, I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I mean, Devin had an opportunity, as we saw, and he did a good job with it in coverage. He did a good job in terms of pressure. He did a job in terms of punch and hole and protection. I mean, the guy, I just, oh boy, I pray to God that he stays, and I just hope he recognizes that this is a phenomenal opportunity that he's only going to get better at.
That's the thing is, Joe, is if you really look at Devin Lloyd, he's kind of like the microcosm of the turnaround here. Because before these guys got here, you would look at him, you'd say, what does he do good? And now you look at him, you say, what doesn't he do good?
Well, what I always would preach on that side of the ball, when an offensive unit breaks the huddle and walks to the line of scrimmage, who are they pinpointing to make sure they know where they are, to avoid them, to go away from them? No one was feared on that side of the ball, honestly, for any length of time. You know that.
Yeah. Well, but here's the flip side of that, because I was in a situation where I was going into free agency, and I had a banner year in my contract year.
Yeah.
And the Steelers told my agent that I was a system player, which meant that, and Devin Lloyd has to be careful of this too, because, I mean, I'm just telling you, the negotiation practices, when it comes to you trying to get money, and they try to say, hey, listen, only reason why you had this kind of success is because the system you're in. Look at what you did the 4 years prior to us coming in here.
Right.
The Steelers told my agent, hey, Leon if he goes anywhere else, Leon's successful because we have the right system in place where it benefits his aggressionness. If he goes anywhere else, he may not. So I
don't disagree with you.
I took it personal.
But you also had the history of the Steelers behind. They had the history of the Steelers behind them saying that. What's behind this? What's behind this franchise saying something like that to him?
No, I'm just saying that could be some negotiating practice.
Sure, I agree.
Where we may not be privy to listen to.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that was their approach towards me, who played out his contract year. Devin Lloyd, contract year, didn't have the success early on, gets in this system, having success. I'm telling you, it could be used against.
And one other thing one other thing that might make Devin give pause, and I agree with Duff that if you finally got into a good situation, don't run away from that situation as fast as you can to try and get more money, because it may not work out. But Caleb on Chason is also a reason for Devin Lloyd to think and look around, because of what is happening up there with Vrabel in New England. So you can just imagine, Coach, and like I 100% agree with you. Hey, you finally found something here, embrace it, stay. But at the same time, these guys, Devin Lloyd knows this may be his one big swing on making a big check.
Yeah, I understand that too.
Yeah,
Totally.
Well, I would advise him, Devin Lloyd, to not be on the three-way when he's talking to the Jaguars. Because that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Drew had me on the three-way listening to the conversation of the negotiations, and I took it personal, and that's why I bounced.
All right, we'll keep it going. One more shot as far as the Jaguars are concerned with Coach Duff, and a little more thought on the NFC champ going up against the AFC champ for the Super Bowl.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
This is the kind of sandwich you don't rush. French dip at Firehouse Subs. Premium roast beef loaded with caramelized onions, melted provolone cheese, and topped with Italian seasoning. Stacked on a toasted garlic bread roll with hot au jus for dipping. For a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Now's the perfect time to order logo coffee mugs, or maybe a logoed stick brand tumbler. They're seriously ice cold and look great with your company logo. HardballCreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Finding the right plumber to reline your cast iron pipes doesn't have to be a stressful experience. When you hire Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, you can rest assured you're getting the best in the industry. At Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, we're so confident in our work that we encourage you to get multiple estimates. Look at each company's reviews and check the scope of their pipelining work to make sure it's what you're expecting. But at the end of the day, make the superior choice. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Request a free estimate at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Feel the power of Van Halen. Live. Jump. America's Van Halen experience. Iconic riffs. And David Lee Roth era energy. Sunday, February 1st at Thrasher Horn Center. Get tickets now at thcenter.org.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. People ask, are your solutions for thinning hair permanent? Yes, our solutions have permanent natural results and are guaranteed to work. Put our 35 years of experience helping 10,000 plus men and women to work for your thinning hair. Our trademark hair transplant procedures will give you 3 times more hair in one procedure. PRP and laser treatments are fast, easy, and effective, and only take 30 minutes. Most of our staff have experienced hair loss ourselves. Our caring and confidential team can help you look better and feel better about yourself and restoring your hair again.
For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com. If your home doesn't have a fireplace, CSS can install a beautiful electric or gas fireplace from Heat & Glow with no major remodel required. See their showroom or CSSOutdoor.com for a free estimate. CSS, you dream it, we build it.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
I think you can file this under a good problem to have. Tough decisions ain't easy. A year ago, when you look at the free agent list, not that many tough decisions to make, okay? You went, see ya, see ya, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya, see ya. And they all left. This year, you don't want to say goodbye. You don't want to break up with Travis Etienne, Devin Lloyd, whomever else we're talking about. So a much better place to be in, coach stuff, but much more difficult decisions. And you got to find some cash.
Yeah, well, we got to find the cash. And I mean, I'm for that for sure. That would, and I'd leave no stone unturned in terms of trying to get that done. I as a coach, boy, what I saw these guys contribute this year, and attitudinally and productively wise, character wise, they're hard to find, man. And then when you've got one and you've got them, these guys we're talking about, you want to do everything to keep them. And I hope they feel the same way about staying here.
You know what else too, Joe? I mean, I know this is not as big a deal as it sounds, but Etienne is Trevor's boy. That's his guy. They played together for a long time.
The only thing I ever worry about is the fact that it got it's unfortunately reached this late in his career, and he took a hell of a beating this year. Now, you could say to yourself, wait a minute, rookie year, didn't really take any punishment. He was gone with a Liz Frank, up and down as far as total number of yards rushing these last couple of years because the offense couldn't get anything going. So I get it. You look at this comparison, it's almost double what he did last year. 1107 rushing yards to 558.
Yeah, I'm just looking at one-year shot. That's all I'm looking at.
But you know what else, though? With now the emergence of many more playmakers, the distribution of the ball and wear and tear and everything is going to be better for him moving forward. I mean, he's not going to be the bell cow every single snap. He's got other guys. And so, and what, even the depth we've got at running back.
Was it the Houston game? There was one game where he just absolutely took a beating. And you're like, and he answered the bell.
I think it was that
Did
Houston.
not cough up the football. And he played his rear end off. So I would love to see maybe even a 2-year friendly where you're only expecting him to be here 1 year. That may be how it goes.
A 2-year friendly?
2-year friendly.
I think his best friend on the team's going to have to let go of some of that money.
Restructure,
He's going to have to restructure, man.
Maybe.
I-275,
Yeah, maybe. But and here's the other thing, Coach, is you can't help but think about it. Jacoby got 20. And don't think Devin Lloyd ain't thinking,
oh no, that's for sure. No, and I don't blame him for that. I don't blame him. I just want him to see the big picture, not just the Bucks. The Bucks are going to come to him, and he deserves all of them he can. I hope like crazy that he, like I said, just sees how he's going to continue to flourish right here in Jacksonville.
All right. This station flourishes with programming that never stops.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Helmets and Heels getting ready to roll. Taylor Dahl is in.
Hello. Good segue.
Yeah,
Content that never stops.
It never ends. and you know this team wants to keep flourishing.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
And it's going to be, honestly, a heavily debated question. Can you keep both Etienne and Lloyd being the two biggest two? If you only get one, who are you going to get? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of the decisions in general. And one thing we saw from James Gladstone last year pretty much right away is he's not afraid to cut ties with people. Right. We saw that during the season with Tyson Campbell. That's just kind of, if he doesn't think you fit what they want and what they need, and we talk about culture, personality, on-field play, all of those things factor in to this regime, that's going to be a big one. And that's we're actually getting into that quite a bit today of just kind of the storylines of this offseason, what those may look like when you talk about, we'll get into, because we did it with the other playoff teams, now the Super Bowl teams, the free agents on the Super Bowl teams. Is there anybody we see fit that could maybe come to Jacksonville or that we'd want to come to Jacksonville? But there's a lot of guys on the team right now that we still have to kind of figure out which way you want to go with them. And next year, look at the list of free agents that are hitting next year and guys you have to figure out contracts with. So it doesn't end this year.
No. Hopefully you're good and you have those tough decisions to make. All right, Taylor, thank you.
All right, thank
you.
you.
We appreciate it. As Big Surse always says, feed family first.
By the way, who's on a 1-year deal with the Patriots?
Yeah.
Chase on.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Edge help, baby.
All right.
Edge help.
I thought of one thing that I want to throw out there right now. Okay, I'm looking at Big Surse because, like he said, he worked hard to become a free agent. He wanted to get paid. Well, Jimmy Gladstone's looking for guys that are intangibly rich. Devin Lloyd wants to be tangibly rich.
Right.
Yeah. He is ready to get paid. Simple.
Yeah. It's not our job to find them.
Coach Stuff, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing where it goes. We will have plenty of free agent talk with this football team building into the 2026 version of your Jaguars. We are done. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Surse, and JJ.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Non-stop Knowles. Search 1010XL Seminoles on YouTube.
Ace Carline here for Atlantic Infinity, and yes, I'm still loving my new QX60. Right now, you can lease one or lock in just 1.9% financing for 60 months, and every new Infinity comes with the Atlantic Infinity Promise. That's over $7,000 in added value. That's one of many reasons why I bought mine there. No pressure, no games,